my name is Tom Sawyer. I don't want to be no doctor or no lawyer. Fishing by the river, that's the only place to be. I want to be free sitting under a tree, that's me. Of Tom Sawyer, me and Unc Finn just playing by the river, chasing that steamboat teacher, let me be. I wanna be free sitting under a tree. That's me!
Morning, Sid.
Oh, hi, Jim. Morning.
Say, it's barely light out. It's awful early for you to be up and around, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Tom was yawning asleep. I even put a pillow over my head, but I could still hear him.
Wrong place to put it.
Where should I put it?
Over his head.
Oh. I wonder what's troubling him so much.
I dreamt that Injun Joe was coming for me and Huck 'cause he found out we saw him do it, and he will come after us if we ever tell anyone. What we saw last night wasn't no dream. Injun Joe murdered Dr. Robinson. Oh.
Now it's time to settle the score, huh? You think I'm gonna get it? Nobody crosses Injun Joe.
Hey, wake up, Tom. It's only a dream. Wake up. You awake? Listen, Tom. Where'd you and Huck go last night?
What?
Tell me, Tom. I won't tell nobody. I woke up real late and you were gone. Where'd you go? Look, I promise not to tell Aunt Polly or Cousin Mary. I won't tell anybody at all. I swear I won't.
Couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk and then I came back.
Is something wrong, Tom?
No,
Seems to me you don't have much of an appetite this morning.
not hungry, that's all.
You usually eat more than any of us.
Why, what's the matter, Tom? Are you sick?
No, I feel fine.
Sure, I'm glad you ain't sick, 'cause today's the day you promised me to go fishing down at the pond. What time you want to go?
Go where?
Fishing. You said that you'd take me fishing today down at the pond.
We'll go tomorrow.
You forgot about it, didn't you?
Just don't feel like going today.
Well, if you ain't sick, what is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's obvious to all of us you're not yourself, Tom. I'm going to get an appointment for you to see Dr. Mitchell.
Yes, Mary, perhaps you'd better.
Don't need a doctor, Aunt Polly.
We'll let the doctor be the judge of that.
The truth is that you don't like Dr. Mitchell very much, do you, Tom?
Not particularly.
Then I'll just make the appointment with Dr. Robinson instead.
Mary, I can't do that. I want to see Dr. Mitchell. I'll never see Dr. Robinson again. Dr. Mitchell will do fine.
Now, I know you made plans for today, but I think we have a real problem here.
What is it?
I'm quite worried about your brother. I've never seen him act so strangely before. Tell you what, Sid, I'll be working in Dr. Mitchell's office. If Tom starts acting up again, see that he comes in.
I will, Mary.
Well then, see you later.
Bye, Mary.
Poor Dr. Robinson. No one will ever make another appointment with him, that's for sure. 'Cause right now he's lying stone cold in the graveyard, deader than a doornail. Injun Joe did him in, and if I don't tell somebody soon, I'm gonna bust. But I can't tell nobody, or I'll drop dead right on the spot. We do solemnly swear we will keep mum about this, and we wish we may drop down dead in our tracks if we ever tell and rob. Cross my heart, spit in the ocean, hope to die. I swear I'll keep this promise till the end of time.
Me too.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh. Huck was scared as I was, and for a mighty good reason. We'd seen something horrible in the graveyard that night, and the same thing would happen to us if we was ever found out by Injun Joe.
Smoking's bad for your health.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bad one, all right. Bad as they come.
Murder! Murder! Help, somebody! I found the body! It's murder, I tell you! It's murder! Go tell the sheriff right away! It's murder! Help! Help! Sheriff Collins! Sheriff!
You look like you just seen a ghost, Mac. What's wrong?
Sheriff Collins, someone's been killed down at the cemetery.
What?
Yep, I found the body myself.
Any idea who it is, Mac? The man who was killed?
Yes, sir. As plain as day. He was young Dr. Robinson, no doubt about it.
Considering what happened the last time I was at the cemetery, I was almost too scared to go. But after I heard the body'd been found, I just couldn't seem to stay away.
Hey, Pat.
Yes, Sheriff?
Found this next to the body. Know whose it is?
No.
One of those men will probably know. Go ask him.
Right. Anyone know whose knife this is? Take a look.
It's me.
I kind of figured you'd show up.
I ain't the only one.
What?
Look. Do you know what he'd do if he finds out we saw him do it?
Sure do.
Wait a minute. That's Muff's knife.
You saying this knife belongs to old Muff Potter, the town drunk?
Yeah.
How do you know for sure it's his, Albert?
He was whittling the other day and he showed it to me.
Come on, Albert. Better go tell Sheriff Collins. Sheriff, Albert here recognized the knife. Says it belonged to the old drunk, Muff Potter.
You sure?
It's his, all right. I'm positive. You know, come to think of it, I saw Muff this morning down at the river taking a bath.
Huh? A bath? Muff? He only does that about once a year.
Probably trying to scrub off the blood.
You better go tell the sheriff.
Sheriff, there's something I gotta tell you.
Poor Muff. They're gonna jail him.
Reckon so.
Oh, I didn't mean to do it. I never meant no harm to anybody. Oh, no. You won't tell anybody, will you, Joe?
All right, man, heave. A little higher to get her over the rail. That's the way.
Over here.
Straighten that line. Bring her down slow.
Hey, wake up, Muff. There's something we got to talk about. Come on, Muff, wake up.
Yeah.
Now, wake up and pay attention, Muff. What I'm going to ask you is very important. Listen carefully. I want you to answer a few questions, all right?
Won't work me, Sheriff. I swear, I ain't no murderer.
Kind of funny that you knew what I was here about without me telling you. I'm wondering why a man who hasn't been accused starts yelling about how innocent he is. Tell me the truth, Muff. Did you do it? Well, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to take you in, Muff.
Here comes now. What's going on now? I don't know what's going on.
Got a few questions for you, Joe. I'd like to talk to you down in my office.
Getting the ace of spades, bad luck. For somebody.
You know what this is all about.
Well, Sheriff, I suppose that Muff must have told you I was with him and Dr. Robinson down at the cemetery last night.
You're the only witness, Joe. I want to know exactly what happened last night.
Well, I wasn't getting very good cards anyway.
It was all working out just the way Injun Joe had planned it. Since he was the only witness, the sheriff will ask him what happened that night, and Injun Joe will tell him a bunch of lies. And every word he says will be another nail in Muff Potter's coffin. The murder had everybody upset, but Doc Mitchell a lot more than most. The sheriff needed an official report about how Dr. Robinson had died, so Doc Mitchell had to take a real close look at the body. Reckon it shook him up pretty bad.
Good afternoon, Dr. Mitchell.
Afternoon, Mary.
What a terrible thing.
Indeed it is.
Are you certain it was murder, Dr. Mitchell?
Yes. He was stabbed with a knife and died instantly.
What a pity. He was such a young man.
He was young, and he had great ambitions. And that's what led to his downfall, I'm afraid.
I don't understand what you mean.
I believe Dr. Robinson was looking to gain a reputation as an expert in the field of pathology. He needed a body to carry out his research and experiments.
So he opened the grave?
Evidently, Muff Potter and Injun Joe were there to help Dr. Robinson load the body onto a wagon. Then they were going to take it back to his office, I guess. And that's when they had the argument.
My goodness, what a pity.
I think when they check Dr. Robinson's records, they'll find that wasn't his first visit out to that graveyard.
Really?
He did it so he could be a better doctor, but I can't say I liked his methods.
I've heard that they arrested Muff Potter. I can't believe that he'd commit murder.
Muff confessed, said he was so drunk he didn't know what he'd done until he woke up with that knife in his hand.
He's done several nice things for Tom and a few of the other boys in town. I can't imagine him hurting anyone.
Yep, always seemed harmless enough to me, but I guess you never know.
Well, that's the whole story, Sheriff. To the best of my memory, that's exactly what happened.
Joe, I want you to read this deposition and make sure it's just the way you told it. If evidence right, I'll need you to sign it.
Don't you trust your deputy, Sheriff? He took it down the way I said it, didn't he?
Go on.
Here.
Where do I sign, Sheriff?
Right there. Of course, you'll have to swear to it in court, so don't leave town till after the trial.
All right, Sheriff.
You better go lock him up, Pat.
You heard him, Muff. Let's go.
Sorry about this, Muff. But once you confessed and named me as a witness, I had no choice but to tell him, did I?
That's right, Joe, and I don't hold it against you. Guess there's no doubt that I'm guilty. Funny thing is, I don't feel like I killed anybody.
Of course you don't. Why, you couldn't hurt a fly, Muff, unless you were drunk like you were that night. Now, don't you worry, because that's exactly what I'll say at the trial. It wasn't you that done it. It was the liquor.
All right. Go on inside, Muff.
Oh, God.
Now that everybody'd heard about what happened, nobody had much of an appetite. Except, of course, for my brother Sid.
This sure is good, Aunt Polly. Ain't nobody else gonna eat? You don't know what you're missing, Aunt Polly?
It does look wonderful, Mary, but it's no use. I just can't eat.
Yes, Mother, I understand.
It's that I'm so upset about what happened to young Dr. Robinson, I just can't get over it, Mary. I still find it difficult to believe that such a thing could happen right here in St. Petersburg.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Gosh, Mary. Lucky for you, Dr. Mitchell wasn't the one who was murdered.
What? You're talking nonsense, Sid. What on earth do you mean?
Well, after all, you work for Dr. Mitchell, right? And now his practice will be even larger, because Dr. Robinson's patients will all be coming to him.
Why, that's a terrible thing to say. If I didn't know you better, I'd think you had no feelings at all, judging from the way you're stuffing yourself. Now take a look at Tom. He usually eats more than you, but not tonight. And the reason is that he feels just as badly as we do about what happened to Dr. Robinson. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yeah.
Tom didn't know about it this morning, and he didn't eat then either.
Say, that's right, you didn't. Are you feeling sick? Do you think you might be coming down with something?
I already told you I'm fine. It's just that whenever I think about what happened in the graveyard that night, I get...
Now I'll settle the score, Doctor.
No! Guess I'll go to bed. I reckon I could be sick after all.
Told you so.
You haven't touched your dinner. You gotta eat, Tom.
I couldn't keep it down, Aunt Polly.
Huh? Hey!
Excuse me, everybody.
I have the feeling he's hiding something.
I agree. It has to be something more than Dr. Robinson's death.
I think we'd better ask Dr. Mitchell to have a look at him. Take him down to the office tomorrow, will you?
All right.
Everybody thinks Muff killed Dr. Robinson, and the worst part is Muff believes it too. Ain't no doubt about it. If me and Huck don't tell the sheriff what really happened, Muff Potter's gonna hang for murder. I gotta do something. But what? By this time, everybody knows that the reason Injun Joe was at the graveyard that night was to help Doc Robinson dig up the remains of Hoss Williams. Round these parts, most folks think that the grave robbing's just about as bad as murder, but nobody said nothing about that. It was plain as the nose on your face. Me and Huck weren't the only ones afraid of Injun Joe. Poor old Muff Potter. I felt like it was all my fault. He was sitting in that jail on account of me. I just had to do something to make him feel better. And I guess Huck was thinking the same way, 'cause he showed up just around the same time I did.
Good evening, Sheriff.
Evening, Pat. Oh, be sure to finish up that report. I want it on my desk in the morning.
Yes, sir. Evening, Muff. Sheriff just left, and I'm going to catch me some shut-eye. I'll be back to check on you in a couple of hours. If there's anything you need, now's the time to tell me.
I sure could use a drink, Pat.
All we got is water, but I guess you never drink that, do you?
Muff. Hey, Muff. Listen up.
It's Huck. Huck Finn. Can you hear me?
It's only me, Huck.
Shh. Hi there, Tom. What are you doing here?
I brought something for Muff. What about you?
I done the same thing. What did you bring? Can I have a look?
You first.
It's tobacco. He loves smoking, so I brought him some tobacco leaf and a pipe to smoke it in.
I thought he might get hungry, so I brought him some ham.
Well, what are we waiting for? Time's a-wasting.
Muff, it's us.
Huck and Tom, listen, we got something for you. Up here, Muff. How you doing?
Well, now look who's here. It's Huck Finn. Yeah, and Tom Sawyer.
We didn't forget you, Muff. Huck got you some tobacco, and I got a nice ham for you.
Here.
Well, oh.
Quick while nobody's looking.
The one I'm worried about is Injun Joe.
Remember nothing that happened that night. I swear, I don't remember nothing.
Sure wish there was something we could do.
Yeah.
Well, can you think of anything, Huck?
Not a thing, Tom.
If we tell the sheriff what happened, then Muff would, huh?
Huh?
You kids shouldn't be out here so late. Could be real bad for your health if you're not careful. Yeah, real bad.
Ooh.
Here goes a murderer. Help! Help! Help!
It's about time. That does it. I'm gonna go sleep in the kitchen.